This is on. Hello, everyone. Let's talk AI, analytics, and Jira Service Management. Let me check this is working first. But before we start, can anyone tell me what this number signifies in the context of analytics, of course? Any guesses? Sorry? Okay, no guesses. So 6.25% in lost revenue due to issues with self-serve analytics. And this is a big number, especially in a large organization. Now, why is that? The most common challenges that people face are poor data quality and governance, not knowing what to measure or where to start, and also, once you do have measured something, how do you interpret the results? So today we're going to talk about how Atlassian helps you solve these issues and better understand team impact using analytics and AI in Jira Service Management. I'm Jason DeCruz, a Group Product Manager on Jira Service Management. This is my 6th year at Atlassian, and I've worked across Jira Service Management in the data, analytics, and AI ops space. So let's get started. Let's start off with understanding Atlassian's approach to data and analytics. It all starts with the Atlassian data lake, which allows you to analyze fully modeled data of all Atlassian products, either within Atlassian or, as of recently, in your own BI tool. On top of this sits Atlassian Analytics, which we announced last year at Team 23, which offers the ability to use pre-built dashboards and to create your own charts using both Atlassian data and third-party data with a low-code, no-code editor. Now, this is available to anyone who has an enterprise edition in cloud of either Jira Software, Jira Service Management, or Confluence. You own at least one enterprise edition, you get Atlassian Analytics for all Atlassian cloud products. It allows you to connect to the data lake and control what data you are accessing, as well as who has access to that data. And then finally, we are bringing this experience in product. So not only do you need to go to a separate tool, but now you can get reporting and analytics within the confines of your product. So now that we've spoken about data quality and governance and how we deal with that, let's talk about what you should measure. As a leader in maybe an IT org, we'll talk about service management here. It's important to know how your team is performing. There are 3 primary vectors by which we measure team performance. The first one is around the operational health of your team. How is your team providing service? What does the request load look like? What does the agent workload look like? Really important things to measure. The second is getting a pulse on how the team is meeting customer expectations, be they internal or external customers. And lastly, we want to provide visibility on request bottlenecks which are slowing your team down. Now, Atlassian Analytics comes with some out-of-the-box JSM dashboards that help you get a quick start and measure all these things. So let's take a look at some of these. The first one we'll take a look at is the Service Desk Operations dashboard. This is a part of 3 dashboards that we call the Service Desk Scorecards. Now, this dashboard helps you understand request load, as well as which agents are overloaded. As usual, it comes with standard filters on top to help you drill down, as well as summary charts to get an overall pulse. Now, there are charts that help you understand which request types in particular take a really long time to resolve, and also any outliers among your request types, especially in Service Desk where there are a large number of request types being created. There is a net flow chart that shows you how well you're resolving requests compared to those coming in. And there's also a chart to show you which requests are in progress the most. There's a third section called the Workload Management section. So here you can see the trend of overloaded assignees. You can see the current distribution of work, as well as current overloaded assignees. Now, this helps you get a quick start. And what you can do with this information is then decide to maybe either use automation or use the virtual agent to improve the efficiency of your team. Now that we've looked at the operational part of it, let's look at the customer experience chart. So the next scorecard is the customer experience scorecard. So this looks at it from a slightly different lens. Again, there's an overview, which includes current SLA breaches, as well as your average CSAT rating, all really important for teams that provide service. Now, this dashboard comes pre-built with sections for some of the prominent SLAs. So, for example, the time to resolution SLA, the section will have details of requests that are breaching the SLA, breaching trends over time, as well as time to completion. We also provide it for the time to first response SLA. It has the same charts. And you can see here that the SLA is being breached quite often. Then, if you have built any custom SLAs, we provide a list for all SLAs as well as customer satisfaction trends. Again, this is all customizable, so it's a quick start, and then you can delve deeper as required. The last scorecard is the lens of the requests themselves, the requests that need attention. Now, this is mainly focused on requests that have either bounced back or changed assignee, SLA breaches again, since they need attention, and requests that are stuck in the same status. Now, bounce back requests are really good to track because they represent a problem with the workflow. We track bounce back requests when they change status category. For example, a request going from resolved back to reopened. Something went wrong. Changing assignees also usually indicates some inefficiency in reaching the right person. A primary issue that teams face is reaching the right person when they want to get help. So you can instruct your customers to use AI search in the portal, for example, to figure out who the right team is and the assignee, in case you see this metric going a bit bad. The other thing is about stuck issues. So we categorize stuck issues which are in the same status for over 7 days. Again, this is all customizable. This can reveal either blocked or abandoned work. And of course, we have requests that have breached the SLAs. Some of this data will be used across multiple scorecards because it's roughly similar data just being viewed in a different lens. So that summarizes the scorecards. They tell you what to measure, and they give you a quick start towards improving team impact. Now, let's look at some of the cool AI features that we've added to help you get custom insights, as well as understand those insights a bit better. You may have seen some of this in the keynotes earlier. So the first one is helping leaders and other team members who may not be very proficient with SQL to use natural language to get the results that they want. The second is the chart insights feature. Then this helps you interpret what the chart is showing you a bit better. And the third one is better chart template search. If you want to create a custom chart, instead of knowing the name of the chart, you can tell your intent, and it will figure out the right chart for you. Let's look at some demos. So we'll look at the first one, where you click on the SQL tab, and you go to the Atlassian Intelligence icon, which will bring up a prompt. So you can type in your prompt here. In this case, we'll show the number of issues that have breached SLAs in the last week. So you just click on Go, and Atlassian Analytics will generate the SQL query for you. As you can see, it generates the query and a table with the answer. You can now use this to make charts. And the query comes with a variable, so it can be reused, like the today field over there. Let's take another example. So now we're trying to show all issues grouped by employee name in a descending order. If you're like me and make a lot of typos, don't worry, the AI has you covered. And you can see it sorts by descending order as well. And of course, you can edit this to add things like in the last week so that you don't get all the issues for the history of the employee. For a last example, we'll look at some assets data. I know a lot of people who use JSM want to report on assets. These tables are not the easiest to navigate, so this helps greatly. So quick query, let's find the number of objects for each object type in the employee's schema, which I've already defined. Now note that you do need to know the name of the schema. If you don't know the name of the schema, you won't be able to get very far. But just by knowing the name of the schema, you can generate the query. Now, as you can see, this query kind of includes the type ID, not really conducive for reporting, but that's the intent of this feature. It helps you build a query and get started pretty quickly. So you can just go in, remove the type ID, and so you can only get the name and the object count, which is what you are looking for. And then you can go deeper and do things with attributes, for example. It's taking a bit of time to run, but there you have it. So now that we've seen the NLP to SQL, let's look at some of the insights feature. We'll go back to the service operations scorecard that I showed you earlier. And let's look at this chart, the resolution time versus frequency. It has a lot going on in there. So hopefully you can see this, but report a system problem seems to be the most frequent request and is resolved quite quickly. It also shows you a few outliers in the top left corner of the chart, and one which is unclassified and has no request type. So you kind of know that you need to break this down further. It also is telling you that all your request types have a sub 2-day resolution, which is pretty good. So you don't have to spend time interpreting the chart. Insights tells you that. Another insight we will look at is on the load per assignee chart. This is a bit more simple, but you can still see a few things here. It tells you who is most loaded. It also tells you that many agents have 6 or fewer tasks, and therefore there's a bit of a skewed distribution of agent workload. For applicable charts, that is charts over time, the insight feature can tell you if there's a broader trend going on, whether something is trending positively or negatively. I don't have an example here. So this covers some of the AI features. This helps you create insights as well as helps you understand and interpret them a bit better. As I showed you earlier, we are taking this one step further by bringing some of these things in product. And we've already delivered a few features in JSM. Now, the first thing is asset reporting in JSM Premium. We've launched a base version of that. We have received a lot of feedback on that, and we are iterating and trying to ramp up this experience. Not forgetting ops teams. Ops teams, we've also released a number of reports that help both leaders and team admins know the state of their operations. For example, things like service health and DORA metrics. We know they're critical to ops teams, so we've got that in there as well. Now, let's talk about what's coming soon, right? The first thing is we are trying to bring some of these templates that I showed you earlier in Atlassian Analytics into product. So you will soon see things like the service desk scorecards in JSM Premium itself, and you'll be able to do this within the product. The next thing coming is a new customizable reporting experience. Like, let's take the case of assets. We know that out-of-the-box dashboards are not sufficient for assets because everyone uses a custom schema. So we're going to give you the ability to create your own reports within JSM Premium itself. And the last one is a smart embed feature. So you can embed things like Loom videos within your dashboards, or even embed a dashboard within your Atlas tickets, so you can track how you're progressing towards your goals. To summarize, at JSM, we make it easier to measure teams' impact by providing better quality data and governance through our Atlassian Analytics and AI offering. We tell you what to measure, and we help you get started with the out-of-the-box dashboards. We saw the scorecards, and we have AI to make it easier for you to create new charts as well as derive insights from those charts. And we're taking this beyond just the Enterprise Edition and bringing it into product. So I hope you're excited. If you're interested in learning more about Atlassian Analytics or how we handle your data for our AI features, you can check out these QR codes. I'm also available after the talk over here and at the Jira Service Management and the AI booth if you'd like to see some demos or ask more questions. Hope you found this useful. Thank you so much for your attention, and enjoy the rest of Team 24. Thank you.